everyone, welcome to Bench Time with the Golfer Dude, and today we're going to build a 7-iron to pass a certification test. So they gave me a specific 7-iron build that they wanted to do. They want a length of 37 3/4, a grip to mid-size, a swing weight to D9, a lie to 63 degrees, and loft to 33 degrees. So here I go, I have my build, the 7-iron, and a new shaft. So we're going to put this together in a few little short clips here. So stay tuned and watch the build. So the next step on our golf club build is shaft preparation. So now we got to determine what kind of shaft we're dealing with and what kind of iron head we're dealing with. Are we dealing with a 355 taper tip or a 370 parallel tip? So you ask, what is the difference? So taper tip, they make a shaft for each iron head. Would it be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? So they have a specific shaft for each iron. On parallel tip, we have to adjust one blank build to match all the irons. So we have to trim the tip section and the butt section. On a taper tip, we only have to trim the butt section to a final length. So this is a little bit easier. This takes 2 cuts, this takes 1 cut. But today we purchased the 370, and I purchased a 370 7-iron head. And they fit nicely together. But this is 48 inches long, so it's way too long. So we're going to have to determine how much we got to cut off of the tip section. We got to determine how much we're going to cut off of the butt section. So we'll address the tip section first. And they sent a trimming code. So I know that this is IP33. So if we follow it over, and we'll get that we need to cut 3 3/4 inch off of the tip section right here. I marked it here, so I have a reference. So let's go over to the cutting machine and cut her down to size and go to the next step. Okay, so now we have the tip trim, the 3 3/4 off of the tip per the trimming chart. So now we have to butt trim this to our final plane length. So we're going to put this back together. We're going to measure this at a 60-degree angle to find our final plane length, which would be 37 3/4. But we have to account for the grip cap. And most grip caps are about 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to account for that on our final cut. So instead of going from the bottom of the club to 37 3/4, we're going to subtract 1/8 of an inch for the grip cap here. So our final playing length width from here to top of grip is going to be 37 3/4. So let's go over to the ruler and we'll mark this down. So I have a golfing ruler here, as you can see. I don't know if I can pan this, but we check out our ruler. And that allows the club to sit at 60 degrees. I'll pan it down here a little bit better. So that sits at 60 degrees here. And we can come down here and mark our 37 5/8. So I put me a little ruler right there. We'll make sure it's seated in there good. And we're going to mark it right there. And we have a mark for our final cut. So 37 5/8 with the grip cap of 1/8 of an inch, we'll have a total club build of 37 3/4. On to the next step. Okay, so now that we have our tip trimmed, our butt trim, I went ahead and put the grip on. That makes it a little bit easier to swing weight. So now we're going to assemble the club and put it in a swing weight scale and see what we can do. Now remember, right, we want a D9 for our swing weight for our test. So we're going to go over to our swing weight scale. Put it in there. There's a little weight to slide. And we're clocking in right at D5. So in order to move one swing weight, we need 2 grams of weight on the end of the club. So to move from D5 to D9, we need a total of 8 grams. So how do we get 8 grams? Well, I have tip weights. This is an 8-gram tip weight. There's a 10-gram. They come in 2-gram increments from 10 to 2 grams. Yeah. So this one's 8. And that just simply goes into the tip of the shaft, like so. We'll put our head back in there. We'll put it back in the weight squeal and see how close we are this time. Now our ferrule and the glue will probably be a gram or so, so we'll account for that here as well. And we'll see how close we are to our D9. And we're within the realm of what our ferrule and glue will weigh. So once we put the ferrule, glue, have it all back together, we should be right at D9. So the next step will be gluing everything together. Stay tuned. All right, so the next part of the build is epoxy preparation. So we have to braid the tip of the shaft, that is tip preparation, and we have to scuff up the inside of the hosel, and that's hosel preparation. So what I like to do is put these together and mark it with a piece of tape here, so I know how far to scuff up the surface here. And then we'll just use a wire brush into the hosel, like so. And that will take care of the inside of the hosel. And over here to our grinding machine, we'll turn it on. I'll put a sanding belt in right here. And we're just going to turn this on the sanding belt. Like so, and we'll have a nice braided section here to go in our very clean hosel. We put them together, and that gives them epoxy the best chance to have a nice strong bond, and it won't come apart. On to the next step, epoxy. Okay, we're back here again. So now we're going to mix up some epoxy. So I have my epoxy here, and then we're going to 1-to-1 ratio. So we're just going to squeeze some out here. Make some centering beads to help the shaft to center into the hosel. So just a little light coating on there. Then we'll mix it up real good. We'll mix our epoxy for about 30 to 60 seconds so we get a real nice and even mixture. Got some glue here. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of glue into the hosel, like so. Get a nice and good coat in there. Put it in there, twist it a little bit. There it is. It does kind of make a little bit of a mess. It's a whole lot easier to remove the glue here than after it dries. So after it dries, it makes it almost impossible to get off. So see, now we've made it all nice and pretty. We got rid of all the excess glue. So we're going to let this set overnight. This is 24-hour epoxy. So tomorrow, we will see a finished club. And we're back to the bench. We just got through turning my ferrule and adjusting my line loft and triple checking all the numbers. And this is our finished product. So what did you think about this build that we had here today for my certification test? So whether it's for a test or you know, the Golfer Dude is going to build a club to your specific specifications. And you're going to have good quality work from a good quality dude. So please like, comment, share, and join me again here on Bench Time with the Golfer Dude. Until we meet again, play well, my friends.